In the middle of the fast-paced, dazzling metropolis of New York City, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were at a turning point in their relationship. Fans all throughout the globe had been enthralled by their fast-paced relationship, but the demands of their individual jobs and the ongoing media attention started to wear them down. It all began rather casually. After her historic Eras tour, Taylor went to a Kansas City Chiefs game to cheer for Travis. Rumors and conjecture were sparked by the pop star's appearance in the stands, which sent shockwaves through the media. Their later appearances together, which included impromptu trips and romantic meals, gave the impression of a fairy tale relationship. But as the months went by, the initial enthusiasm subsided. Taylor's recording sessions and tours conflicted with Travis's rigorous NFL schedule. Late-night meetings were replaced by long-distance phone conversations, and both parties were unable to afford the luxury of stolen weekends. Both celebrities were under tremendous pressure because of the public's ravenous interest in their romance. Every look and every motion was examined and evaluated. Days of unfavorable publicity resulted from an apparently harmless remark made by Taylor at a high-profile banquet that was exaggerated. Frustrated by the interference, Travis retreated into his football world, leaving Taylor to face the storm by alone. The Super Bowl was the tipping point. Ever the encouraging companion, Taylor was at the game, and Travis was much boosted by her presence. But Taylor was subjected to constant jeering from Eagles supporters, which added to the Chiefs' heartbreaking loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of their features showed signs of emotional exhaustion. After then, rumors of a split started to spread. There was a lot of conjecture on social media, and tabloids added fuel to the fire by making up tales. A fictitious breakup plan paper that described a publicity-driven split became viral online. Although Travis's public relations staff quickly disproved the paper as a fraud, the harm had already been done. Taylor and Travis sought refuge from prying eyes in a remote cabin in the mountains during the mayhem. There, they addressed the issues that had plagued their relationship over long walks and candlelit meals. They spoke about their aspirations, anxieties, and the tremendous strain of being constantly watched. They took the painful choice to split up after realizing that, despite their shared paths, they were going in opposite directions. Despite being sincere, their love had been eclipsed by uncontrollable outside factors. Both Taylor and Travis concentrated on their jobs in the months that followed. Inspired by her experiences, Taylor put out a well-regarded record, and Travis guided the Chiefs to yet another winning season. They periodically ran into one another at industry gatherings, always smiling warmly, but never going back in time. Fans were reminded that even the most captivating relationships may break down under pressure, and their tale became a testimony to the difficulties encountered by people in the spotlight. Nevertheless, both Taylor and Travis came out stronger as a result of the heartbreak, taking with them the knowledge gained from a love that was once intense but eventually couldn't bear the weight of the world. The romance between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce has become the quintessential modern-day fairy tale in the glittering world where music and sports collide. As a picture of perfection among their own empires, their reunion enthralled both fans and the media. But beyond the glistening exterior, difficulties lurked, threatening to tear apart the fabric they had created. Pop superstar Taylor, who had a knack for narrating stories, had always been in the spotlight. Her romances were often documented, and her songs were a source of both criticism and inspiration. Attention was nothing new to Travis, the Kansas City Chiefs' flamboyant tight end. He became well known due to his skill on the field, and his charm was enhanced by his antics off the field. In New York City, they met at a charity event. There was an instantaneous chemistry, a draw that neither could resist. There were more captivating dates after that. The world was captivated by their every move, analyzing each gesture for secret meanings as they performed in private concerts and at exclusive meals. The difficulties increased along with the depth of their bond. The constant scrutiny from the media started to wear thin. Every excursion was captured on camera, and every phrase was examined. Taylor, who had always drawn inspiration for her songs from her experiences, was at a turning point in her life. Her personal life and her work started to blend together. Travis, who was used to being in the spotlight, but not to this degree, found the intrusion difficult to handle. His performance on the field suffered as a result of his lack of concentration. His teammates were aware of his preoccupation, and rumors began to spread that his off-field obligations were taking precedence over his on-field duties. The Super Bowl was supposed to be their climax and a celebration of their accomplishments. Taylor was there, her presence a ray of hope. But the night took a different turn. The Philadelphia Eagles dealt a devastating blow to the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis, who is always calm, was clearly disturbed by the setback, which was made worse by the obvious cameras that were recording every reaction. His commitment and the pressure of expectations were shown by his seldom showing of weakness. As she stood in the suite, Taylor felt the stadium's eyes shifting in her direction. The applause she was used to was a sharp contrast to the jeers that followed. The lovers were entangled in a web of uncontrollable outside forces, evoking memories of Shakespearean tragedies. After then, fissures started to show. They were greatly impacted by popular opinion. While Travis's followers chastised his alleged diversions, Taylor's supporters felt deceived and questioned her decisions. By their formerly strong foundation suddenly beset by uncertainties, the couple found themselves alone. Private discussions become public arguments. Family members and friends acted as go-betweens in an effort to close the widening gap. However, the disparity widened the more they tried. Their same experiences of celebrity, which had once united them, now acted as a barrier. After many months, the media hysteria gradually abated. Outside of their relationship, Taylor and Travis each took some time to rediscover who they were. Taylor gave her all to her music, expressing her feelings in songs that many people could relate to. Travis went back to his origins, concentrating on his skills and getting back in touch with his comrades. When they eventually got back together, it was not as planned, but rather as people who had grown stronger by being alone. They discovered that love required mutual respect and limits, particularly when seen under a microscope. Their quest was to discover authenticity in the middle of the turmoil, not to live up to expectations from others. Despite their hardships, Taylor and Travis came out stronger. Their tale turned into a tale of tenacity and how to navigate love in a time when everyone is watching you all the time. They carried on with their own professions, helping one another from a distance, demonstrating that flaws might be attractive even in a society that is fixated on perfection. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce seem to be the pinnacle of contemporary romance in the dazzling world where pop songs blend with the thunderous cheers of football fans. Fans all throughout the globe were enthralled by their coupling, which combined chart-topping tunes with touchdown celebrations. However, the weight of their individual empires started to strain their relationship underneath the admiring audience and flashing cameras. The summer of 2023 was when it all started. During her Eras tour, Taylor discovered that she was attracted to the thrill of NFL games. She went to a Kansas City Chiefs game one evening when Travis Kelce's magnetism on the field was evident. Their first encounter was electrifying and led to a bond none of them had expected. Their bond became stronger as the weeks stretched into months. Travis was seen at a number of Taylor's performances, and she started to regularly attend Chiefs games. The media referred to them as America's royal couple, and they were closely watched at all times. There were difficulties in the fast-paced relationship. Taylor had a demanding tour schedule, performing all over the world. Travis, however, was fully committed to the NFL season, juggling media commitments, training, and games. There were tense times as their time together turned into a valuable resource. The Chiefs suffered a devastating loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in a crucial game. Despite her busy schedule, Taylor, who is always the encouraging spouse, went. Travis was devastated by the death, and both of them were greatly affected by the additional burden of public expectations. After the Super Bowl defeat, rumors of discontent started to circulate. There was a lot of conjecture on social media over their relationship status. Fueling the flames was a fake media strategy that circulated online and suggested a stage split. Kayla Nicole, Travis's ex-girlfriend, also made an appearance in the story. She alluded to lingering sentiments while discussing the difficulties of their previous relationship in a teary interview. With fans and tabloids analyzing every exchange between Taylor and Travis, this further increased public scrutiny. Their relationship's basis started to be undermined by the ongoing media attention. There were so many misunderstandings that the strain became intolerable. Citing the need for seclusion, Taylor's team declared a temporary break from public engagements. Travis had a similar opinion, stressing the value of concentrating on their own jobs. The gap widened despite efforts to keep their relationship together. Forced grins concealed the underlying tension during their last public appearance together, which took place at a charity function. A few weeks later, both made public declarations affirming their separation, stressing,